Hello everyone. Today I am the assigned leader of the topic Should the government implement one child policy to control the population of India? India is the second most populated country in the world with over 1.4 billion people. Populated is growing year. On average, India adds around 15 million people to its population annually, which is like adding the population of a small country every year. This rapid growth puts a lot pressure on resources like food, water, and energy and create challenges for healthcare, education, and jobs. To manage this, some people suggest that government should implement a one-child policy to slow down the growth. Managing its large population is a big challenge. This policy would limit each family of having one child only, aiming to reduce pressure on resources and improve living standards. However, it is also raises questions about personal freedom, cultural values, and long-term effects on society. Let's explore the idea and its possible impacts. So, my first question to Pooja is what are the problems can overpopulation cause for the environment? And what are the effects like air or water pollution and also quality of foods and human resources? Did you get my question, Pooja?
Yes, I get my I get your question. So my opinion on that
You are lagging, Pooja.
population of increasing day by day.
Wait,
For
Pooja. You are lagging. Just rejoin the meet, join, and till then, Orko answer the question.
So I think that overpopulation can lead to a variety of significant problems that will impact the individuals and the communities and the environment. Like increased the demand for the water can lead to shortages, affect the drinking water supplies, agriculture, and sanitizations. Then overpopulation can strain the agricultural systems. It leads to the food shortages and increase the prices, which can exacerbate hunger and malnutrition. Then to accommodate the more people, forests may be cleared for housing and agriculture, leading to loss of biodiversity and habitats. And last thing I want to tell that more people contribute to the increased waste, air pollution, and water contamination from industrial and urban activities. That's it.
Okay, Orko. Great points from you. Uh, Pooja, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm audible now.
Okay, maybe you are still lagging. Okay, till then, Rimita answer this question.
Okay, so in my opinion, the overpopulation problem that India is currently facing now, that is actually hindering the employment level problems, health issues, population, and whatnot. To be honest, the population which is increasing day by day, it is the also a reason of global warming because the higher level of vehicle we are using, the carbon dioxide which is like getting in the air day by day, and everything is getting popular and really populated in the environmental resources nowadays. So it's a really a big resource of problems we are having right now.
Exactly, Rimita. Okay, Abhishek, I have a question for you that how overpopulation in India affects on the unemployments.
Okay, Avirup, please give me some time. I will say.
Okay, till then, okay, wait, Rimita, just
Avirup, please repeat your question one time.
okay. My question is how overpopulation in India affects on unemployments.
Okay.
Okay, just a minute, Rimita, just let Pooja answer. Pooja, unmute yourself and answer. Okay, anyways, maybe Pooja is lagging. Rimita, you can answer.
So, to be honest, the population which is getting higher day by day, this is causing the effect of unemployment. Because, as we can see, the families which have the more level of children's in the house, they are getting all the opportunities for employment. And the other families who are the same level of that are not getting the opportunity. And also government should also take a policy like the person who has the more and much, like more than two children in their house, could not get the government jobs. This is the necessary step government can take to also get a good like pursue advantage for the other families also.
Yeah, exactly, Rimita. Orko, what's your opinion?
In that case, I have no opinion on that.
Okay, sure, Orko. Okay, Abhishek, do you have any answers right now?
Yes, a growing population can lead to an increase in the labor supply, making it harder for individuals to find jobs.
Okay,
That's
Abhishek.
my opinion.
So, my next question to you all that as we know, India is a most populated country. So, what happens to the forest and animals when more land is needed to the people? As people are, as we are increasing as a person.
I don't
Rimita?
understand your question, Abhirup.
Okay. Let me simplify it. So, India is a most populated country, right? So
Yes,
as people are more having a so much birth population in India, so we have seen that as people are more in person, so we need more places to live. Like as we are living with a vast area, so places are more likely gone. So what happens to forest and animals to when more land is needed for the people to live? Okay, and see,
I
let's
did
just
not think any answer about this question.
Abhishek, just let and Rimita and Arko answer. If you will get your points. Okay,
Okay.
Rimita, you first.
Okay, so firstly, the humans who are cutting the forests cut down in the low population to increase the land to get their houses done. So this is the major problem right now because of the overpopulation, and that's why the animals who are living in the forest, they are not getting the house, they are not getting their own leaves to be safe. That's why for the hiding of the food and the shelter, they are entering in the locality, and the peoples who are scared of them are like killing them. And that's why the population of those animals is really getting down day by day. This is also because that's why the animals are getting endangered. And also, as we are cutting down the forest, that's why we are getting low produce of oxygens and the higher level of carbon dioxide and many over polluted gases in our air, which is also causing global warming and etc.
Yes, Rimita. So Orko.
Sorry, Abhirup, for interrupting you. Please repeat your question one time. I can't listen.
Okay, so now my question is, what happens to the forests and animals when more land is needed for the people to live?
Okay.
Orko.
So, overpopulation can have the significant and the detrimental effects on the forest. Like, as populations are growing, there is an increased demand for the land for housing, agriculture, and infrastructure, and which forested areas are often clear to make way for these developments. And to feed a growing population, more land is needed for farming, and this often leads to the clearing of forests for agricultural purposes like particularly in tropical regions. And even if some forest areas remain, they may become fragmented, isolating the wildlife populations and making it difficult for the species to migrate, find mates, or access the resources. That's it.
Yeah, we have seen that most of the animals are getting deforested, and they are coming in the locality, and we are seeing this very frequently in the newses. So Pooja, do you have any opinion on this?
Yes, as the population is increasing day by day, so it is also needed for them to pay for their farming, for making buildings. So people are now cutting forests, and makes buildings. And now, as we needed the farming areas, so it is so difficult to get farming areas. Also, we also get more fields. And if I talking about the animals, it is also challenging for them also, because now we can see that there are no sparrows in our village also. Town is there may not be seen town, but in village there we cannot found any sparrows. Besides sparrows, we can find any other animals. They are losing slowly. So this is my opinion.
Okay, Pooja. So I'm asking this question to Abhishek. Till then, if you guys have any question, you may ask. Okay, Rimita.
Yeah.
After just let if Abhishek has any opinion.
I did not have any opinion about this question, Abhirup.
Okay, so Rimita, you can ask your question.
So my question is that do you think that this one child policy can really help us to improve our health issues also? Like as we are getting, the overpopulation is causing so much issue in our hospital sites also, that many patients are getting no beds in the hospitals also. They are sleeping on the floors. Do you think this can also like have a good side so that this policy can actually happen? Firstly, Avirup.
Yes, so I think if one person one child policy is occurred, then it would be a reasonable reason that people get more bed, as we are seeing that people are not getting bed for the like government hospitals too, and it's maybe the reason, it may be the one one clue to have that particular reason.
Okay, Abhishek.
With give me some time, I will say.
Okay, sure. Till then, Orko.
So I think yes, one child policy can help us in the this case in the hospital areas. Like if their government is, I mean, starting this policy in the hospitals, there are so much advantages of patients because they can easily get a bed whenever they want, and yeah, these are the advantages of that.
Okay, Pooja.
Yes, if governments take the steps one child policy, then hospitals may be more available. Hospital beds may be more available for the patients, because we see that in hospitals the patients cannot enough bed, enough oxygens. So if sometimes doctors and nurses facing so problems to manage them, so yes, obviously it is will be more helpful for hospitals and patients also.
Okay, Avirup, please continue.
Okay, so do you have any questions in
Yes,
steps
Virup, I
of
have a
Pooja?
question.
Okay, Pooja, you may ask.
If government start the policy, the one child policy, then do you think that the sex ratio will be broken? Because you look that some peoples of India till now want the male child. They want boy. They don't want the female or girls. So do you think that if there will be the one child policy, then the sex ratio will be broken in future? What's your opinion, Abhiru?
So I think that India already has a preference for male children. One child policy could increase the issues like gender based actions, which is actually harmful for the sex ratio. So I think it would be not so beneficial for girls. It would be hamper our sex ratio.
Yes, Abhiru. Now, Orko.
So, implementing a one child policy in India could indeed exacerbate existing issues related to the sex ratio imbalances, which are already concern in the country. So, in many parts of India, there is a cultural performance preference for male children, which has historically led to practices such as sex selective abortions. And this preference contributes to an imbalanced sex ratio. As of recent data, the sex ratio at births in India is skewed, with significantly more boys being born compared to girls. And this imbalance can lead to long-term societal issues and including the difficulties for men in finding partners. And last point I want to tell that is while a one-child policy might be implemented with the intent of controlling population growth, it could inadvertently worsen the existing gender imbalance of in India. Comprehensive the strategies that focus on the changing societal attitudes toward the gender, and it is improving that the access to education for girls, enforcing the laws against the sex selective practices, and promoting the gender equality rather than the imposing restrictive reproductive policies. So I think this is my opinion.
Okay, Orko. Now, Rimita.
So this policy can lead to significant skew in sex ratio with more males and the females, because most of the time we see in many cultural preferences the people really prefer male child over the female child. That can also lead to high abortions, and it can also rising serious human rights also, according to the human's right.
Yes, Rimita. Abhishek.
What's your
Okay.
question, Pooja?
My question is, the if government starts the policy like one child policy, then do in future if the sex ratio will be broken.
Okay, Pooja, give me some time. I will say.
Okay, Abhirup, you may continue now.
Okay. So my next question that what do you think if one child policy will occur? So people obey the rules if government make any steps on this particular thought. Like, see, Muslims have the rights to marry more than one girl or one woman. So people should obey, or people will obey these rules or not. What do you think, Orko?
I think people will be obeyed because of in this present time at this at this present time I think people are not that much able to handle more than one children. Okay, I'm talking about now. Okay, so if I talk about the before, 2000, or if I talk about the 90s, then it will be so much good to handle more about the one children. But nowadays it is not possible to handle more than one children. So yes, people will be obeyed by this rule if government will start this, obviously.
Like see that Muslims can have marriage. Muslims in caste, I am saying that they can marry like two women or three women. They can have like three or four children. So what will be the like your thoughts in that case, Pooja?
Aviru, Aviru, can you please repeat on one more time?
Okay, so see, like we are Hindus. Like Muslims have the right to marry more than one woman, so they can have like two or three children from each. Like they can, if they can have one children from each, they can they're having three children. So what do you think? It is not obeying the rules. In one family is one child only. So this is my question.
I think if government propose this policy, then it will be a complex issue, because some people will obey this rule and some people don't obey this rule. Like if you told that Muslims can maybe don't obey this rule, can obey this rule because they marry two or three women and they have one, two or three child. But as Orko said, that in now maximum people have only one child, because it is very costly to bear their uh, bear their
Expense.
expense, and everything will be very tough. So I think this is depends upon your mentality.
Yes, exactly, Pooja. Rimita?
See, I don't think it like a cultural thing, because as we told, like Muslims can have more marriages, it's their problem, anything like that. But the thing is that having more than one or two children is kind of really complex thing, because as we can see, many Hindu families also have like 7 or 8 children in their home even after one marriage, right? So it's not about the marriage, it's about having the children. And also, if the parents who are like capable of taking good care of both children and giving their good expenses, good education, etc., like that, then I think that parents can actually have two childs at a time, so that their one child can also have a sibling they can play with, they can have the sibling bond, they can understand what is sharing, and also something like that. They can also enjoy their school life and tuitions life also. So I guess it's about onto the couples, if they can get the expenses, so they can have both children.
Okay, nice opinion, Rimita. So do you, okay, Orko?
Okay, I want to just add in one point, that is,
Sure.
I mean, if I mean government will start this policy and some people will not obey this, that is fully, I mean, sure. Okay, because some cases people will not follow, people will follow. So it depends on the individuals. So if if government will start this, in some cases it is not that type, because people will not follow this. Okay, so I think that it is, I mean, they follow the previous rituals. Like, okay, like in the 90s, whatever their grandfathers or father has done, they're also doing the same. So I think these are the main problems to change their minds.
Yes, Argo, absolutely. It depends on the individual. Like we have the rules, like don't cross the roads while it's red signal. People still crossing the roads while it's red. Like yes, exactly. Rimita, do you have any questions?
No question. I want to add a last point that when you are giving this policy in that national level, so that you are giving a ban, like you cannot have one child, more than one child. So like the ban will trigger people eventually. So they will not obey. So this is a common thing which is happening around society day by day now.
Okay, Abhishek, what is your thoughts on this topic? Abhishek. Okay, Pooja, you have raised your hand.
Uh, Actually, I want to add a point that in India, all people are not educated. In rural areas, all people are not educated, so they don't know what will be the effect of this policy. So, if government took steps and they will learn about the topic, they can understand the topic to the rural areas people or the every people, then people maybe obey this rule.
Okay, Pooja. Orko?
Okay, just want to add one point, then I want to ask a question. Okay, in
Okay.
nowadays, if you want to take more than one children, okay, so you have to, I mean, good from economically. I mean, you have a lot more money to handle this because nowadays everything is so much expensive, so much costly. If you are taking a course, it is also so much expensive. So how it will be, I mean, good for handle. So it is, I mean, this is the thing. Okay, can I ask the question?
Yes, Orko, you may ask.
Okay, my question to you guys, that is, how would a one child policy affect the India's workforce and economic growth in the long run?
Okay, just
Repeat
Orko,
your
repeat your
question,
question.
please.
Okay, I've just asked that how would a one child policy affect the India's workforce and the economy?
Okay, so
Yes, Pooja.
If government take this rule one child policy, then people guardian will invest their money to is only one child. So, in these cases, it will be the negative side because when they have three or four children, they invest so much money for their education, for their healthcare system, for their foods. So, if they take only one child, then only uh, they provide some money, not full money. So, in these cases, economy may be face problem in future, I think.
Okay, yes, Renita.
So I want to repeat my one point again, that if the parents are actually capable of having both children, so they can actually have their own expenses also, so they can also have their own saving rates. So it depends actually, but I want to say that if this one child policy actually applies, then we can have a higher saving growth also in our economic level.
Yes, Abhirup.
So, one child policy, if we applies as Rimita and Pooja already said, like see, India's population is growing rapidly. So, one child policy can actually slow down the growth and the good growth of the population and reduce pressure on resources like water, food, and energy, and it saves our like economy.
Okay, Abhirup, you can continue.
Okay, so my next question to you all that Rimita, you have any question?
Yes, I actually have a question.
Okay, and just let me ask this question after me. Okay, okay. So, like, what do you think that should government already has taken any like introduction about this one child policy? If already government has taken, then what are the steps? And what if not? Then what could be the steps? Nimita?
So, okay, national level, we can see government didn't took any policy against one child policy, as you see, but many states actually took two child policy, because some parents actually have that capability of raising both children. They have the presence, they can feel their children, they see that their one child can actually have a good relationship with the siblings, so they are capable of taking a good child and good expense of a second child, so that their children can have a fun relationship with their siblings. So maybe that's why some states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, and also like Tamil Nadu have this two child policy.
Okay, Rimita. Just wait a minute, Pooja. I want to ask the question to Abhishek. Can you hear me, Abhishek?
Yes.
So, what do you think about this topic? Like, what could be the steps, or if not, government does not take any steps, what would be the steps for about one child policy?
Viru, one thing I'm asking you, that is, what are the steps of implementing this policy?
Yes. What could be the steps of
Uh,
implementing? Okay. Yes. Till then, okay. Maybe Abhishek. Abhishek, you just think about this topic. I will ask you after puja. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Puja.
As the population is increasing day by day, obviously government will take the step. And if government will take the step, then government should take various steps. Like they should understand the topic, every people, that so that they can apply this. If people don't understand this topic, what's its facility, then why people take this policy? They mainly do seminars and in school to school, because the students are the future of our generation. So if we understood them, then they can obey this policy, and they also can understand, and they also can understand their homes, this topic, and they can share this topic. Government can share this topic in social medias platforms, and they can make short videos on this topic, the facilities of this topic, and share this in everywhere. So this topic may be taken.
Yes, Puja. The people should have learned about this. Like they have to gain the knowledge about this one child policy. Yes, exactly. Okay, Orko.
okay, I'm just telling some points. Okay, like implementing a one-child policy by the Indian government involves the several critical steps and considerations to ensure the effective enforcement while they addressing potential social, economic, and ethical concerns like policy formulation. They can conduct comprehensive studies to understand the demographic, social, economic implications of an on-child policy. Then legal framework, like they present the legislation to the appropriate legislative body for debate and approval. Then they can also do the one thing that is very much, I mean, effective in nowadays, that is public awareness campaign. Like they can launch campaigns to inform the public about this policy and its goals and its implications. Use the multiple channels such as media, community meetings, and educational programs, and implementation mechanism, like they can create or designate government bodies responsible for the enforcing the policy at local, state, and national levels. So these are the steps of implementing this policy by the Indian government.
Okay, nice points, Orko. Rimita, you may ask your question.
Okay, so my next question to you, Oviru, is that actually, do you think that one child policy can also have a huge effect on psychology side? Because we can see that most of the child, like they don't have any siblings, and some things we can't share with our parents also. So having a sibling is like opportunity sharing secrets with them. So do you think like didn't having any sibling can also have a lack of isolation, like lack of like self respect on yourself, and lack of relationship with siblings also?
Yes, Dimita. Exactly as I have my own siblings, so I cannot feel the loneliness of a child. So I think if people cannot really share with all the things with like parents or any other friends, they cannot, if they cannot have the same environment to make friends, they cannot tell everything to the parents. Like if they have the siblings like same age, or like they can have 1 year older elder, so I believe this could be effects on the psychological things. So in this topic, yes, I think I believe that siblings are the like one child policy can have a like siblings are the like they have so what should I say, like siblings are the preferable in this topic.
Okay, so I also want to add a point that as we can see nowadays, some people also have family issues in their home, and some things we also cannot share with our friends, right? Like family issues, how can we share them outside? Some things we have to keep with ourselves. So, sibling can be a good opportunity having that. Virup,
is
you can continue.
Yes, if we have a siblings, then we can also share about family issues. We can have the like we can have the strong bond with the siblings, and we can fight against those crucial times.
Pooja, do you have any point?
No, I have a question. Abhirup, can I ask?
Okay, okay, Virup, continue.
Yes, you may ask, Puja.
Yes, my question is if government take the one child policy, then it may be helpful for girls because there are some families, then there are two child, one is brother and one is sister, and everyone is forcing their sons for studying, and they don't focus the studies of their daughters. They try to give them marriage. So, what your opinion about this? It will be if there will be the one child policy, it may be the opportunity for girls. Can you understand?
Like, how can it be an opportunity when you're saying that the girls will be like married
Oh,
without education?
no, no, not married without education. I want to say that if there will be only a one daughter in a family, then their family gives support them to study for their future. So if will be a plus point of for them. Can you get my point?
Pooja, it is so
Yes,
confusing.
Yogita.
Okay, let me tell. It's a really complex thing to say because it depends on the individual thinking. If they can, they will actually give good effort even when they have both children. If they don't want to, they will not give any expenses, any efforts to their one child also. So it depends on individual thinking.
So what's your opinion on it?
So Pooja, I have said that previously that it is so much confusing to think. So for that reason, I have no, opinion on that.
And
Also,
Abhirup?
it's actually it depends on the individual, Puja.
Hmm.
Yes, it depends on the individual. Like, because I think, in my opinion, that in some cases, that in these cases, girls maybe takes more facility. They can take support from their families. So, Abhirup, you may continue now.
Okay, so my question to you all that what could be the political problem? Like, see, uh, suppose a village that one family has have parents and they have four children. Like, if one child policy could occur, what could be the problem from political sides? Like, they got four and two six votes from that particular place. So what could be the problems, Orko?
So I think that the implementation of a one-child policy can leads to several political problems. Like many people may resist the policy due to cultural beliefs, like especially in the societies that value the larger families or have a preference for male children. And then the enforcement such a policy could lead to protests, then civil disobedience, then and social unrest, and challenging the government's authority. So I think these are the political problems.
Okay, Pooja and Nimita, do you have any opinions on that?
No, Abhirup.
Okay.
You should focus on the heart of the
Okay,
GD.
so now we are coming the heart of the GD. So our question is, should the government implement one child policy to control the population in India? What do you think, Nimita?
So, firstly, I want to say, in my opinion, in some cases, to avoid the overpopulation, at some years we can apply this policy, but after some years we can also see that China also have that one child policy, but most of their population is like elderly, and they will also like decrease after some years. So maybe this is not a right time to think about this policy. In future maybe we can have this policy for like 1 or 2 years, but I really prefer like two child policy, so that a person who is actually capable of say they actually can think of having only two, not more than like two actually.
Okay, thank you, Nimita. Now, Orko.
So I think that we do that implementing a one-child policy in India, it could be a highly controversial and complex decision, as we have discussed a lot about it. Then, while it may address the concerns about the overpopulation and resources scarcity, okay, such a policy could lead to significant social, ethical, and demographic issues, including the human rights violations, gender imbalances, and an aging population. And India's diverse cultural landscape and varying regional needs to make a one size fits all approach problematic. Instead of strict population control measures, the government might consider the promoting education, family planning, and women's empowerment as more sustainable and ethical solutions to the managed population growth while respecting the individual's rights. So, this is my opinion.
Okay, Orko. Now, Pooja, what do you think?
Yes, this is a complex issue, Viru. But in my personal opinion, I think yes, government should take this policy because as the population increasing day by day, and we face many problems. We facing unemployment problems. In hospital, we have not enough services. In road, we facing various travels. We have not enough food. We have not enough place and and some peoples have not more money to bear their expenses of their children. So if government take this step, it will be more helpful for everyone.
Yes, exactly, Pooja. So, like, With if one child policy occurs or if one child policy applies, the government can more focus on providing better education, healthcare, and job opportunities. People not getting unemployment for so long if there is less population. I want you all to conclude the things as per your opinion. Who want to conclude the first? Orko?
So, while the implementation of a one child policy in India may appear to offer a solution to challenges related to overpollution and resource management, it raises the significant ethical, social, and the demographic concerns. Such a policy could lead to human rights violations, uh, uh, exacerbate the gender imbalances, and create an aging population that strains the social services. A more effective and sustainable approach would involve to promote education, enhancing the access to family plans, planning services, and empowering uh, empowering about the women to make informed choices about the reproduction. Then by focusing on these strategies, India can address the population growth while respecting the individual rights and fostering a balanced and equitable society. So these are my conclusion.
Okay, Orko. Rimita?
See, India should not implement that one child policy right now, because most of the time we see the forced population control measurement have not been successful in many countries that have implied them, including China. An imbalanced sex ratio, increasing crime, individual dissatisfaction towards government, and etc. This can, like one child policy, have so many pros, but it also has so many cons. We cannot avoid them actually. So at one side we can also see in the Kerala side, most of the people, they don't focus on like thinking of actually giving birth to a child. They actually focus on study. That's why the population towards Kerala is so low. If we actually applied that one child policy, they would be really forceful to have a child, because that would be really controversial that way. So it's a really complex topic. But if government actually thought of someday, it would be really good if they only think and applied this policy only for 1 or 2 years.
Exactly. Now, Pooja?
So the one policy is the one child policy is very complex issue. We don't know what its effect will be in future, but we have to focus in our sustainable development. And if we take this policy, then it have both its positive and negative side. We have to focus on both side. If government take this policy, then if it is researchable work, so they should research on this topic. Then the government should take these steps and also thinks the problems also. He should government should also thinks about the problems and give the solutions. Then I think government should take this policy as soon as possible.
Yes, Pooja. So it's my time to conclude. A one child policy might seem like a way to control India's growing population. It comes with many challenges such as affecting personal freedom, creating gender imbalances, and causing long-term problems like aging population. Instead of strict rules, the government can focus on better education and better family planning and empowering women to naturally reduce the birth rate. A balanced and thoughtful approach is needed to women, the population, while respecting people's choice and ensuring a better future for everyone. Thank you.